Hey, trailblazers, it is Leila here, daring you to rise up in business and in life. I hope you guys are doing absolutely fantastic. Wanted to jump on and connect with you guys and speak to you about mindset and how we can move through negative, fearful thoughts when we actually want to stay in a high vibe of love and trust and faith and so much more as well. So, here's the thing, right? I've always been absolutely fascinated with mindset and human behavior and psychology alongside the soul journey and the energetics, right? As well as manifesting. So, how do we manifest the well being that we deeply desire? How do we move from a state of depression or a state of depression or anxiety into a state of ease and love and freedom and joy? This is what's always really fascinated me. And when I was younger, and just see what my hair's doing there. When I was younger, I was very, very depressed, lived so anxiously, like literally just the smallest sound, the smallest thing would make me jump. And I was really afraid of strangers and people, and it was a very uncomfortable, kind of scary inner world. And over the years, with a lot of counseling, with a lot of coaching, with a lot of introspection and self work, inner work, I have really built up an amazing kind of pool of strategies and techniques. And this is what I teach to my clients, and I coach them through and mentor them and so on. I have books out there, and most of my content is all about strategies to help you to overcome any mindset challenges and obstacles that you might be going through. So I wanted to jump on and share some of these strategies of how we can stay high vibe in a fearful focused world, right? I've always believed that negative and fearful words spread faster than any germs. Our minds are such a powerful, like sensitive tool. It's like a sponge. So if you were to imagine, our minds are like this sponge which takes in whatever kind of language or external stimuli there might be, our mind takes it in. So if we're really focused, or if we continually hear negative words, stories that, antagonize or trigger negative emotions in us, our mind is going to take that in until or unless we know how to stop that language from actually coming into us, into our minds, and impacting us in a negative way. And growing up, a lot of my childhood was marred by sexual abuse, emotional abuse, physical abuse. And watching the news was not a very good thing for me, because I would watch the news and I would see all these things and stories that were either very similar to what I was going through, or they were, extreme situations of what could be possible for me. And I learned over the course of many, many years that watching the news was not a good idea, because what it would do is it would trigger these negative emotions within me when I was already going through situations that were very, very similar, that I hadn't yet learned how to understand or work through or heal. So I made that decision to not watch the news and not listen to it. And I literally, like, if I hear that the news is about to play, or we're the top of the hour or half an hour, I will literally jump and lunge for my remote control, because I'm like, I don't want to hear that shit. I'm not going to listen to it. And the amazing thing over the years has been that whatever I need to know, whatever information I need to know about current world affairs, always comes to me, usually from people in my world, friends, or even strangers, at the bus stop or in the supermarket queue, who will tell me what's going on. So this has really been like the case for me over the past few weeks. And it's an example of when the power that we have, the agency that we all have, the choices that we can make. What I find with a lot of really beautiful souls, really amazing people, is they don't often realize that they have choice. Like, we all have a choice as to what we're going to allow into our minds. We have a choice as to what TV programs we're going to watch, if at all. We have a choice to say, no, I'm not going to watch that, I'm going to turn that off. No, I'm not going to read that article, I'm going to just put that away. No, I'm not going to look at these social media posts continuously, right? Like, we have a choice to say, this is not good for my mental well-being, and my mental well-being and physical wellness and spiritual growth comes first. So if you're listening to this and this resonates, like, make a decision to either limit the amount of news or mass media information that you're taking in, and social media feeds, like, clear out some of the social media feeds that you have notifications for, but make these decisions. You get to decide, you get to choose, because your well-being is the most important thing. And the words that we think trigger an emotions and feelings in our bodies. And if we are constantly in a state of anxiety or fear or stress or worry, then the vibration that we are experiencing is not very comfortable. It does not feel good to be in our bodies when we are constantly in that state of fear or flight, in that state of survival mode. And the way to break that pattern is to limit or reduce or completely cut out any kind of influences which trigger those emotions in you, and then to focus on the more positive things, which I'll come to later on in the video. I do just want to say that, taking care of your mind is your responsibility. It's all of our own personal responsibilities, right? And so owning that choice is super powerful. You get to decide. We all get to decide what our point of attention is. This has always fascinated me. Again, like speaking about the news or any TV show, for example, in that moment, our attention is just on that thing. And in that moment, we believe that literally that world is the only world that exists, right? So when we're watching things about the world and we're just focused on that, we believe that this is literally the whole world. And it's not. There are amazing, wonderful, incredible, beautiful, beautiful people in this world who will never be showcased on the news. They exist in our real worlds. They exist in our physical reality, right? And so choose your point of attention, choose what you're going to focus on, and decide for it to be uplifting and positive and about your personal growth and your personal development, and about connecting in and tuning into your intuition and self-love and so on. Like, I'm going to come to more strategies as we go along, but you get to choose, you get to decide. When we're in a state as well, when we're in a state of anxiety or fear or stress, being in that state of like survival mode, our immune system kind of logically is going to be much lowered. Like, we have a natural state of abundance, a natural state of wellness, a natural state of joy and bliss. And it can seem so far away, so far removed, and maybe not even existent when we're in states of depression, anxiety, fears, worries, like not in the best state of mind. And so in order to take care of your immune system, be sure to be doing just the basics. Eating well, sleeping. Sleeping's a big one, right? Sleeping enough hours to rest your mind and to rest your body, right? Eating well, taking exercise, going out for a walk, being out in nature, and the one of the most important ones for me is connecting and talking to other people. Connecting and talking to people who might be strangers, people that you don't know. Just checking in and being kind and saying, hey, how's your day going? Do you need any help? Can I help you in any way? Or I'd love to share a funny story or something that happened, or whatever it might be, right? Just asking how somebody is and connecting, because we already live in a world which very much wants to promote division and wants to ensure that we are not connecting with each other. Don't fall for that. You get to choose, you get to decide that in a day you're just going to say hi to 2 or 3 people and you're just going to check in that they're well, because that's just a beautiful natural part of being a human. It's what we want. We want to connect with others, and for sure it uplifts your own well-being and your own system as well, because then we're not living in this world alone. We're living in this world with others, with that intention to spread love, to spread kindness, to spread positivity. and to be there for each other, yeah, and to hold the space if and when somebody might need to talk. You just don't know what is happening for people in their inner worlds and whether they have that support. There have been so many times, and I won't go into it in this video, and I'm sure there are other videos that I've got on my channel, on my YouTube channel, where I've talked about the times that I've spent alone and literally just not had anybody in my physical world to relate to or connect to. So I completely resonate with this. And I want to reiterate the power of just connecting and just talking and just saying, hey, how's it going? Or making a comment or making a joke. Your words are a magnet. Your words are a magnet, and what this means is that you get to choose whether you are vibing at that frequency of love or fear. And whatever you choose to vibe at, whatever is predominantly going on in your mind, if it's language to do with love and support and encouragement and like self-love and compassion and forgiveness, you're going to attract more of that into your life. If your general essence is negative, fearful words and fearful experiences and anxiety about the future, what if this shit happens, or what if that stuff happens, or what if this and what if that, without any control on the what if plus bit, if it's all negatively focused, you're just going to get more experiences to confirm that that is where you're at. And we're not talking in an extreme, it could be physical experiences. But if what you're seeing is more of the fearful language and fearful stories, and that's what's playing in your mind, you're just going to see a reflection of that in your social media feeds. You're going to see a reflection of that in the blogs that you're searching for, or the videos that you're watching online, and the experiences that you might be having, the conversations that you might be having with other people. We all have negative thoughts. We all have doubt. We all have experiences which don't feel good. But fear is not meant to stop us in our tracks. Fear is actually there with the beautiful intention to protect us, right? But fear is not your boss. Love is your boss. That vibe and that vibration from your soul of who you really truly are, the essence of who you are, which is love. That's the real true boss, right? And then you could say that the divine is boss, God is boss. It's all actually the same thing. Love, God, divine, same thing. Higher self, soul, etc. But you get to choose. You get to decide what kind of language you're going to be experiencing within yourself. So for anybody going through fearful thoughts and negative experiences, there is process. There is a way to deal with these fears and reassure this fear mentality and fear mindset that you've got this, everything is fine, you are safe, and you're not in danger. Now, fear and danger are two different things, okay? So a physical, real life danger, for sure. Like, your intuition would kick in to guide you and tell you exactly what you need to do in that moment, for sure. And I'm speaking from experience on that. When it comes to danger, you'll know what to do. You'll know what to do. When it comes to fear, that requires like some love and some discernment and some sitting down with that negative space, that fearful space, and actually having a conversation and allowing it to heal through love. Yeah? If you have any questions, make sure you post them below. But your words are a magnet, okay? And like I said, everybody has negative, fearful thoughts and doubts. It's just a question of what are you vibrating at more? What are you thinking about more? Are you more focused on fear, or are you more focused on love? Whichever one you're more focused on is what you're going to experience more into your life, okay? For me, this kind of infection of fear is more of a concern that requires healing. So this is where my life experience has always been. It's like, what fears am I going through? What fears are coming up for me that require healing, that require understanding, that require love? And this is then where self-work, inner work comes in, to just sit, work through, journal through, challenge, love and forgive these kind of these attitudes and these stories of fear. That is what really requires healing, and we do that when we focus more on love, on unity, on not division, on connection, on trust. And we trust that all is well. Like, our bodies are so incredibly powerful. Our bodies already have healing systems within them. You know, like when you cut yourself, you might get a paper cut. Like, I got a paper cut the other day and I was like, shit, I didn't even realize that I had a paper cut. But what I had noticed was that it clearly bled, and the skin had already started to heal over it, right? And it was already starting to clear itself. I didn't have to do anything about it. I didn't have to worry about it, because the internal system, the body, is such an incredible system of healing and replenishment and rejuvenation and kind of becoming new. And so it was just like, there's just this trust that whatever needs healing within the body is going to be healed with love. And so I just sent it some love, and I was just like, okay, I pray that you heal quickly and abundantly, or whatever the words were that I used. But I trusted that it was going to heal, right? There are so many things that we don't have to control. Like, thank God, we don't have to control all of these different things. So just to remind you, our bodies are incredibly powerful, just like our minds are. And, through tough times, it can be really difficult to just remember that, to focus on that. So, what I would love to just share with you here are a few ways for you to vibe high, okay? When it comes to, like I mentioned, mass media, the news, social media, be conscious, be aware. You get to choose, you get to decide what you're going to allow into your mind, and you will always know what you need to know at the right time. Like in the past few weeks, I don't watch the news anyway, but in the past few weeks, I've had so many people ask me about the current situation, and they're like, oh, what do you think about this, or have you heard about this, and blah 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 blah. And in the past few weeks, the conversations has given me the information that I needed and the updates along the way as well. And so I've not needed to lower my own vibration to receive that particular information, right? And I would still highly recommend, obviously, know what's going on in the world in a way that feels good for you, but just be aware that there are other agendas at play as well, and you being in a low vibration of fear, like constantly, is not a healthy place to be. Okay, I want you guys to come back into this space of love and high vibes, and really choosing agency, choosing how you're going to navigate through any situation between love and fear. I always say, hashtag love over fear always, because love wins. Love absolutely wins. So I'm just going to share a few strategies for you to keep your vibes high. And I just realised that I haven't got my book here. It's in the other room, but I'll have a picture of it on the kind of end slides. Right, so number one, turn off the news, limit it, know what you need to know, and then just kind of like just leave it be. Trust that what you need to know will come to you. It will come to you. The universe will bring you the information that you require. You get to make a choice, okay? Use like positive affirmations, positive language, mantras that uplift you. I love saying, reminding myself that I experience divine health. I experience well-being. My body knows what it needs to do to keep me safe and to keep me well. I'm a vessel of love. I choose love over fear always. My body is healthy, relaxed, and safe. Like, this one's one of my favorites. I love this one. My body is healthy, relaxed, and safe. And what I encourage my clients to do, is something that I do every single day, is I get a piece of A4 paper and I write an affirmation at the top, and I write that all the way down to the bottom of the page. And sometimes I'll do two sides with two different affirmations. But this one's a great one, right? My body is healthy, relaxed, and safe. As you write these statements down and these words down, you start to relax. Your body starts to feel that sense of safety, right? And that just feels so good. And then what you're essentially doing is you're reprogramming your mind, your unconscious mind, to take in this new powerful information, to take in these new words, and to transform them into a physical reality for you, into a reality that fits this, right? So my body is healthy, relaxed, and safe. Vibing at that, experiencing those words is so much more powerful in the long term, right? Rather than watching and reading and thinking about your body in a negative way. Smile and talk to others, super, super important. We're all in this world together. We're all one. When somebody is upset, the next person is going to feel it. When someone is feeling joy and positive, genuine bliss, others are going to feel that and vibe off of that. And you get to choose, you get to decide how you're going to feel. Read positive blogs and videos. There's so much awesome content out there on the internet that is really positive. My stuff, share it, listen to it, promote it, let people know. Follow my newsletter. It's always high vibe. We talk about real things in there, in business and in life. But there's always an element of that positive, like empowering side. So definitely do that. And then focus on understanding what your purpose is in life. Use time that is now newly available to you to reflect on, what do you want your life to look like? What do you want to experience more of? If you if you had 3 months to really focus on one thing that you wanted to experience, what would that be? If you knew that you could make money doing something that you absolutely love, what would that be? What lights you up? What makes you feel really good? What is just like the best thing in the world for you to do? Like right now, I'm sharing from a place of so much ease and passion because this is what I love. I love speaking to camera. I love teaching mindset, self-mastery, psychology, love, overcoming fears and obstacles. I just love this, right? It just feels so easy because it's something natural. And there's your clue for discovering your purpose if this is something you want to explore. What feels good for you? What do you absolutely love? What would you do more of if you possibly could? It's a great time to just sit and reflect on that. And also, oh yeah, imagine the kind of designing of that. What would it take? What kind of things could you do to design a life that you really, really want to experience? Like, what kind of things could you do? Could you travel? Could you book a holiday somewhere? Could you spend some time with experts and pros in a business context that you would like to get more experience in? There's so many ways. Definitely, if you have any questions, post them below and I'll get some videos out there for you, or blog, or something through my newsletter. Just make sure you do that, okay? And then do the inner work. Do the inner work to heal any fears, to face those fears in that safe container that might be your home environment or your work environment or wherever you are. Use this time wisely to just like double down and get focused on loving yourself more and choosing that this too shall pass. And it's a great time to just sit, reflect, and choose to heal, choose to transform anything that doesn't feel good for you. So I know this is probably a really long video. It is 23 minutes, 24 minutes. It's been a while since I've done a longer video, so my most important thing is that that I hope you've got value from this. I hope it's helped. Please do share. Please do share with your network. Share any comments you might have as well, any questions that you might have below, and connect with me on social media. Business as usual, sharing everything and whatever helps people to uplift themselves, to inspire themselves, and so on. And do whatever you've got to do to stay in a space of love, okay? It really is possible. Yeah, life is today. Remember that you've definitely got it within you to make all of your dreams come true for sure, absolutely for sure. Stay connected, ask questions, trust and have faith in the much, much bigger picture, and just allow events and situations to pass by, because there is always a beginning, a middle, and an end. And let's make that end full of love, full of high vibing people who are here with the same intention to spread positivity, to spread personal empowerment, and so on. Love you lots, and I will speak to you really, really soon. Share this, like I said, share it, subscribe, like, follow, all of that good stuff, and I will speak to you really soon. Take care. Bye.